Okay, so as I had said to the group guys, and because the votes were kind of even with a bit of body blast and a bit of booty blitz, you can work this plan two ways. So if you want to focus on a kind of calmer, more strength focused plan, just leave out the intensity. So leave out any jumps. Obviously, they're optional anyway, but leave out anything that might have a jump in it and slow your pace down. That's how you're going to focus just more so on the strength and take out that kind of cardio side of things. If you want to make it that little bit more intense, a little bit more cardiovascular, and kind of get that bit more of a sweat up, then you're looking at adding in that intensity, a little bit of speed, jumps if they suit you. Like I said the other night when we did those skaters, adding in your arms and without adding in any extra impact, that will up the intensity as well. So more movement, getting the heart rate up a little bit more. So that's how you make it a little bit more cardio focused. So just keep that in mind. So slow the pace down if you need to for strength. And then you can kind of up the pace and up the intensity if you want it for that cardio kind of based style. So I'll let you pick where you want to work. But I think we're pretty good to get going. And I have it recording, and I think everyone is muted. Let me just double check. Yeah, perfect. And remember, throw on music if you would like. Um, but we're good to get going. So we'll start with a little bit of a warm up, guys. You know yourself, we want to get those muscles warmed up, joints loosened up before we get going. So what we'll start doing is just jogging on the spot, nice and light on the toes. Good stuff. Just take a nice deep breath. Remember, if jogging doesn't suit, you can always march. Good. All right, let's go for a couple of jump jacks. Remember, you can jump or you can step, whatever suits best. Good for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Jog it out or march it out or just step it out here. Good stuff. All right, like we did the other night, we're going to climb the rope. All right, so pull your arms up and lift your knees. Good. Remember, you can slow it down if you need to, but getting those shoulders moving, getting those hips and knees moving. Good stuff for 3, 2, 1. Good. Jog it out. We'll go one more round of jump jacks, but this time bringing the arms all the way up, but you can jump or step. So the arms all the way up overhead if that suits. Remember, step it if that suits you better. Good. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Jog it out. Step it out, whatever suits. Well done, and hold it there. Oh, I got a warm already. Okay, so let's do a little bit of movement then through the joints. So let's do the shoulders then. So lift your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back and down. So just shoulders for the minute. Good stuff. And then a little bit bigger, so bend the elbows a little bit if that suits. Still moving from the shoulders. And then a lot bigger if that suits. Good for 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's bring them forward. So up to your ears, forward and down. Good. A little bit of elbow if that suits. Still moving from the shoulders. And a lot of elbow if that suits. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. All right, we'll do just a little bit of movement from the neck. We're not long out of the bed. So stand up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale up to the right. Look over the right shoulder and exhale down. Inhale to the left and exhale down. If it suits, we'll go full circles. So inhale up and exhale down the round. 2 more. Last full one. And let's change direction. Remember, keep them half circles if that suits you better. Last full one. Good. And relax. All right, let's do a couple of hip circles, small and slow to start. And then you can work a little bit bigger or faster if that suits you, or both. Good stuff for 3, 2, 1. And let's bring it back. Change direction, small and slow to start. And then bigger and faster, and or faster if that suits. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of movement again just to warm up. So we're going to get those hips moving a little bit more. So I want you to make your way down onto the floor, gently coming down. All right, so you're going to be lying back down onto the floor, gently down onto the ground. Have your knees bent, feet flat. All right, and pushing that back into the mat so you have that neutral position. All right, so back in contact. You can keep one leg bent on the ground and you're going to lift your leg up. If it doesn't suit to straighten it, keep it a little bit bent. You're going to inhale, lower your leg to the floor, and exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower the leg to the floor, and exhale, lift up. So I want you to think about this movement more so like hip movement than worrying about lifting in certain areas. Just think of movement from the hip. Good. If you need to grab a towel or your jumper even nearby, and then you can put it around your leg to help support it. 2 more. Last one. Good. And we change other leg. So plant the other foot down, get that neutral position, lifting that leg up straight or slightly bent, but remember movement from the hip. Inhale down, exhale, lift. I don't mind your foot obviously hitting off the floor once you don't slap it off the floor. Just down, gently tap and up. Straightening it if it suits, but just keep that body under control. Remember, this is more so movement from the hip. Good. For 3, 2. Last one. Good. We'll go again once more. Now remember, if you want to wrap your jumper around your foot, that can help as well, just to assist the leg, or if you have a towel or whatever you have nearby. So let's go again, another round. Let's go neutral, hands down, leg up, straight or slightly bent. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Good. For 5, 6, 7, done. 8, 2 more. Stop when you need to. Last one. Good. And we change. Other leg. Take your time. Set yourself up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. For 9. For 8. For 7. For 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Good. Relax. You can stay here on the floor. We're going to go for a couple of leg circles. If you aren't familiar, have a quick look. But if you are familiar, you can listen and kind of start working when suits you. Again, you go that neutral position. Now, we do this in Pilates and we spend a lot more time on the technique and the form. But here I want to focus just the movement on the hip. Still getting that whole core area warmed up, but focusing on that hip movement. So you can keep one knee bent on the ground. So say left leg is going to stay bent, but you can extend the foot out a little bit so the leg is a little bit further away. You can lift your right leg up. All right. So think about right leg and tabletop. You can keep your knee bent. You can straighten it a little bit or a little bit more. But either way, the movement is coming from your hip. All right. So we're going to make some circles. Imagine drawing circles with your toes or with your knees. You inhale away and exhale back to you. Inhale away and exhale back to you. You can keep them as small as suits. You can keep them really small if that suits you. You can make them bigger if that suits. Good. For 3, 2, 1. We're going to change direction. Now try not to let your body rock off the floor. So you'll feel that midsection really having to work. Use your arms on the ground to support you. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. Leg down. We change other leg. So we go extending the right leg out a little bit just so our knee doesn't get in the way. We go neutral. Left leg to tabletop. All right. And you have the option to straighten it a little bit, straighten it a lot, or keep it bent. You inhale as the leg goes away and exhale back into you. For 4. For 5. 6, last 4, 3, keep that leg planted, hands planted. Last one, and we change direction. Stop whenever you need to. 3, 4, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Relax. Legs in and down. Little wiggle around, just stretch out the legs. Little movement through the legs. And we are ready to go. Gently make your way back up onto your feet and take your time. All right, so I'm going to go through, we have 3 different sections. Our first 2 sections are going to be kind of more so that strength, or we'll say that kind of more higher intensity work. Then our last section is going to be a little bit calmer, a little bit more Pilates. So, excuse me. Okay, so have a look at our first 3 moves, and I'll obviously give us refreshes as we go along. First move we're going to go for is the sumo squat and pulse. You're going to step a little bit wider than your regular squat, and your toes are going to be pointed out the way. Some of you will be familiar with this from booty blitz anyway. You're going to sit back and down only as low as suits, pushing your knees out over your toes. You're going to stay here and you're going to pulse, squeezing your bum, squeezing from the legs. You have the option to hold some weights here, keeping the arms long, let's squeeze through the bum. If you're familiar with this move, you'll know in the booty blitz, we lean forward slightly from our hips, so we're not up straight, we're slightly forward, and this will get a little bit more glute and hamstring activation. But of course, if that doesn't suit, stay up further. If you need to just not go as deep, or if you want to bring your feet into a normal stance, that's perfect as well, whatever's going to suit. Next movement is going to be our single leg RDL. So we did this the other night briefly in our first class, but single leg RDL, hamstring and glute and back focus. You would bring your weight onto your front leg and your back toes are just for balance. Shoulders lock back. You push your hips back or push your bum back. Small bend in your front knee and you keep your hips high. You squeeze your bum and lift. Always having the weight on your front leg. So you inhale down, hips high, exhale, squeeze your bum to lift. We'll be doing each leg, all right, with or without weight. If you're working without weight, just use your arms, reach towards your foot, and then back up, stopping just below your knee. Then we're going to go curtsy lunge, all right? Curtsy lunge, you can also hold weights or leave them out. Curtsy lunge is slightly different, that you're going to step back and out. So see the way my leg steps back and out to the side, only going as low as suits, up, and you change, other side. Now, of course, if you want to leave out the weight, don't go as low into it if that doesn't suit, but it's going to make that glute and that hamstring work a little bit more. If you need to hold on to a wall, do. All right. Obviously, more weight will make it a little bit more intense, and you can bring up the speed, or if you're not using your arm weights, you can use your arms, kind of like our skaters the other night, and that'll bring up the intensity, but keep it slower if that's what you're looking for. There are our first 3 moves. 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, and we go 3 rounds of that. So let's get ourselves ready. I have my timer. All right, so don't panic. All right, we're going for our sumo squat and pulse in 5 seconds. Remember, feet wide, toes out. Only go as low into it as suits. Let's squat down and let's pulse. Keeping your knees pushed out over the feet, shoulders locked back, straight line head to your bum. Remember, if you need to come up fully at any time, do. Now, don't rush and bounce, just little squeezes on the bum and the legs. Halfway. Good. Remember, you can leave out the weight, whatever suits. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Next is our single leg RDL. So with or without weight, weight on the front leg, soft knee, back toe down for balance. Stay on your front leg, shoulders locked back. Push your bum back, off we go. Squeeze your bum and lift. Keep your hips high and just fold forward at the hips. Face your chest towards the floor. Remember, slow it down if you need to, if that's what you're looking, or a little bit faster once you're not losing that form. You should be feeling this into the back of that leg, up into the glute, into the back a little bit as well. 2 and 1. Simple thing is, we change to our other leg, all right? So weight on the front leg, back toes just for balance, shoulders lock back. Off we go. Hips go back, pause, squeeze your bum and lift. Hips go back, but stay high. So our chest faces towards the floor. Straight line, head to your bum, and the weight always stays on the front leg. Halfway. You'll always have one leg that you feel a little bit more comfortable on, working single leg. So trying to create that balance. 3, oh, there we go, 2 and 1. Good. And then we go for our curtsy lunge, with or without weight, using the arms, whatever suits. Only go as low into it as suits. If you need to hold on for a wall, do. You're going to step back out to the side. You can curl the weights up if that suits. And then other side. Remember, you can also just put your arms up as if you were kind of walking or running. So whatever suits best. So remember, you step back out to the side and then you go other side. But your hips and chest, or your belly and chest, face towards the wall in front. So see the way my leg goes out to the side, but my body faces forward. Woo, 2 and 1. Let's go back to the start. We know what we're doing now. Sumo squat and pulse. Feet wide, toes out, with or without weight. Knees go out over the toes. That'll make the glutes work more. Let's go squat down and pulse. Breathe. Good. So remember, our pulses are more so little squeezes. Keeping that whole body on as we work. So don't let our back round. Shoulders off back. Pushing the feet into the floor. Good. Nearly there. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Single leg RDLs. Let's get ourselves ready. Weight on the front leg. Back toes for balance. Shoulders off back. Let's push our bum back. Keep our hips high. Pause. Squeeze your bum and lift. Anyone who's familiar, you can bring in an upright row. Bring the weights towards your chest. Bring your elbows high as you come up. This will be a little bit more of that cardio style that I was talking about earlier. If you're more strength focused, keep it a little bit slower. And leave out the arms. 2 and 1. Good, let's change, other leg. So remember your upright row. Bring your weights or your arms to your chin or your chest. Elbows high. Weight on the front leg. Shoulders out back. Let's go. Push the bum back. Hips stay high. Keep that weight on the front leg. Try not to lean back too much on that back leg. Our front leg is our working leg. Last few seconds, 5 seconds. Good. Okay. Curtsy lunge. Remember, hold on to a wall if you need to. Only go as low as suits. Remember, you can curl. You can just use your arms like you're walking. Let's go. Step back, out and down. Remember, slow it down if you need to. If you want to slow it down, take your time, get your balance, or pick up the pace. Remember, you can go 2 arms if that suits. Remember, your chest, your belly, stay facing the wall in front. Nearly there. 3, 2, and 1. We go once more, sumo squat and pulse. Let's get ourselves ready. Feet wide, toes out, shoulders off back. Woo. In 3, 2, and 1. Sit back and down into your squat. Squeeze your bum to pulse. Straight line, head to your bum. Your chest is looking towards the ground slightly. Breathe. Really focus on the backs of the legs into the bum, doing that little bit of a lift. 10 seconds left. Good. Try not to bounce, squeeze to lift. For 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, single leg RDL. Remember, slow it down, leave out the arms, or you incorporate the arms and a little bit of speed if that suits. Only if you're comfortable. Knees soft. Push your bum back. Pause, squeeze your bum to lift. Bum goes back, pause, squeeze your bum to lift. Weight stays on that front leg. Also challenging your balance here. If you're incorporating the arms, that's going to incorporate the shoulders, the traps, muscles up into your neck, and the biceps. Your arms. 2 and 1. We change. Other leg. Front leg, knees soft, shoulders back. Getting your balance. Slow or fast. Off we go. Bum back, hips high. Pause, squeeze your bum to lift. Well done. Remember, your hands only have to come just below your knees. Going lower doesn't make it better. Normally you compromise your form to get lower. 3, 2, 1. Good. Curtsy lunge last time. Remember, slow it down if that suits better. With or without arms. 1 curl, 2 curls. Let's step it back out to the side. Option to curl. And up we change. Back out to the side. A little faster if you've got the rhythm. Keep it slow and steady if that suits you. Belly and shoulders facing forward. Feeling that little bit more into the abductor, which is the outside of the bum, and adductor inside of the thighs. 2 and 1. Woo! Get yourself a little drink. First round is done. Well done, guys. Woo, that's sweaty. Okay. Now, so you'll kind of see how if you kept any of those movements a little bit slower, you wouldn't be maybe as sweaty as what I am right now, or you wouldn't be as out of breath, but you can focus on your form and take your time with them. So that's how you can make it that little bit more cardio based. Okay, so our next 3 moves, all right? And this is kind of our last optionally intense section. So the next one, I can feel all the eye rolls going to come at me now in a minute, but there's options for it. So if you want to make it the most cardio kind of intense, you're going for a lunge, pulse with a jump. Now, already I can feel it. So you would go into your lunge position, you pulse on the front leg, you jump to change. All right, now I know that might suit a lot, might not suit a lot. So you have the option to lunge, pulse, you step to change. All right, you have the option to hold on to something. All right, only go as low as suits. Even with your jump, you can stay a little bit higher or slow it down completely. Lunge, pulse, up, lunge, pulse, up. When you lunge, we're keeping the weight on the front leg and we're slightly forward from our hip. See that line down through my body? This is going to make the hamstring and glute work a little bit more. If you're up very straight, there's nothing wrong with it. So it's going to be more quad dominant. So keep that in mind. If you struggle with your balance, maybe the jump won't be for you either, but you can still keep the pace higher if it's cardio based. If you're slowing it down, focus on the little squeeze through your hamstring and glute for the pulse rather than just bouncing. Okay, that's our first move. Second move, We're going to have our feet a little bit wider, only as wide as suits. You're kind of going to go for some side lunges. You're going to sit to the side, back and down with your bum, up and over, back and down. All right, slow and steady. If you're a little bit more strength-based. If you want to go a little bit more cardio, you can touch towards your shins, okay? Now, when you go for this movement, my feet are pointed forward. You sit back and down onto one leg like a squat. Come up and over, sit back and down onto the other leg. Obviously, the wider your legs go, the deeper you might go into it. The narrower you have your legs, the less deep you go into it, which might suit if you struggle maybe with balance, knees, or hips. So keep it as small as you need to, but still think you're squatting on the leg you go to. Okay. And then we're going to go for some RDL holds. So that's going to be really hamstring and glute focus, but also balance. So setting up like the same way we just did on our RDL, you can, again, hinge at the hips. You have the option to lift your leg off the ground, which would be the toughest, with arms out again, toughest, whatever suits. You have the option to pop your toes down, but the weight stays on this leg. Or you have the option to hold on to something, even just put your hand on the wall. That'll help with your balance. But it is this leg that is doing the holding. Try not to twist out. Keep the body facing to the floor. We do each leg. Woo! Okay, so are we ready to go? I'm imagining everyone saying yes and no at the same time. All right, we're going to go for a lunge and pulse with the option to jump. You lunge, you pulse, you change leg. All right? Are we ready? In 3, 2, and 1. So you lunge, pulse, option to jump. Remember, you have the option to leave out the jump and change using the arms as you change to add intensity, or you have the option to slow it down and change. So whatever suits. The jump, bringing in that element of power as well. 2 and 1. Okay, good. Side lunges. So feet as wide as suits, toes facing the screen, so toes facing towards me. You're going to squat onto one leg. So let's go. Sitting back and down, you come up and over through the center, other side. Then you have the option to reach towards your shin, but make sure your hips go down. So don't just lean over. Hips go down, that you squat into it. Remember, slow it down if that suits, or a little bit faster if that's what you're looking for. 2, 1, good. RDL holds. Woo! These are spicier than you think. So leg in front, option to hold on to a wall, all right. We're going to push the hips back, face your chest to the floor, option to lift the legs, keep the weight on the front leg, keep your body facing the floor. Starting to feel that already. I am tapping the wall for balance. Good, halfway. Breathe. Holding on or putting your finger on the wall is not cheating. It's just assisting you so you can focus on those muscles working. 3, 2, and 1. We change leg. This would be my really bad leg, so ignore it if it looks horrific. All right, let's set ourselves up. Same thing. Remember, you can pop your toes down if needed. Hips go back, chest faces the floor. Option to lift the leg. Remember, option to put your toes down as well to help your balance, but don't put your weight into it. Weight stays front leg. Straight line, head to your bum. Oh, sorry, not my good side. 10 seconds. 5, 3, and 1. Woo! Okay, we go back to the start. Lunge and pulse. Option to go slower, option to jump. You can always hold weights as well if you're slowing it down, or if you're going faster as well, whatever suits. Let's go. So we lunge, pulse, option to jump. Remember, the pulse is just little squeezes on the glutes and the hamstrings. Weight on the front leg, slightly forward on the hip, from the hip, halfway. Remember, use the arms, even on the slower version, to add just a little bit more to it. Also helping your balance. 1, woo, that gets the heart rate up. Okay, side lunge. Remember, only as wide as suits, only as low as suits. Take your time, slower or faster. Let's squat, bum back and down, one side, up and over, other side. Remember, option to add the arms. Once you get your bum back and down, not just your head. Bum back and down, up and over. Remember, slower, if that suits. Some of you are familiar with something similar to this movement from our last plan. Woo, and rest. RDL hold, first leg. All right, remember, use the balance or put your toes down if you need to. Catch your breath. Let's go. Hips back, chest facing the floor. Weight on the front leg, but hips stay high. You'll feel that into your hamstring and glute, but that whole body working to hold you there. Remember, arms can go out. Sometimes that can help with balance. Arms can stay down in front. Whatever suits. Ooh, feel that now. Hold it, hold it, hold it for 3, 2, 1. Woo. We change leg. Obviously stop whenever you need to. All right. Other leg. Again, apologies. My bad side. 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Hold. Right. We are 10 seconds in, just over 10 seconds. Whew. Sorry, not my good side at all. All right, 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Good. We have one more round here to go, and then we go on to our last bit of work, our Pilates style. Lunge and pulse, slow or fast, whatever suits you best. Let's go. So lunge, pulse, option to jump. Remember, slightly forward from the hip, using the arms. They'll also assist with power. Even if you're stepping, your arms will help you as you drive up. So big movements through the arms if that suits. Remember, if you're going that bit slower, you can use both arms down in front. Push them back as you go. Last one. Good. Side lunges. Feet a little bit wider. Toes pointed forward. All right. Take your time if you need to. Let's go. Sitting back and down. Up and over. Or that little bit faster if that suits you. If you want to go a little bit deeper, really sitting onto that leg and keep that other leg straight as best you can. It's actually more comfortable on the knee to straighten the leg than it is to bend it a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! RDL holds. Last time. Hold it as best you can. If you need to stop, shake it out, come back to it. All right, first leg. Are we ready? Let's go. Hips back, chest down. Keep those hips high and hold. Now's the time. Control your breathing. Try and have your foot flat on the floor. Try not to curl your toes. About 10 seconds left. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Remember, try not to twist. Nearly there. 5. Woo. 4. My leg is shaking. 3, 2, 1. We go other side. God, they're secretly horrific. All right. Last time. Let's get ourselves ready. 2 and 1. Let's go. Hips back, chest down. And then keep those hips high. Back and high. Sorry, anyone who knows me knows I have trouble with one leg, so you get it. All right, 10 seconds left. And we're going on to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! That's all that side of that done. So as you can get yourself a little drink and catch your breath. Good. So you can see if you tried kind of both sides by going a little bit faster or slowing it down, how you can focus and work out differently. So like that, the slower is kind of more strength, form and technique focus. That kind of faster variations are more cardio based, but still working on that strength, but just not as much of that slower pace. So you can see even with me, the heart rate is up. If you're trying to talk, it's up even more. So that's how you can kind of change some movements, and even abdominal movements. That's how you can change it to be more cardio focused, but once you have a little handle on the form. Okay, so gently make your way to the floor. Take your time coming down. Okay, so we're going to go for some obviously glute focused kind of Pilates style movements. You can take off your runners actually if that suits you, because there'll be a little bit less weight on your feet as you go through the movements. But of course, if you want to leave them on too, they do restrict a little bit of movement simply because the runner will stop you pointing your toe. So just keep that in mind also. Okay, so we're going to go for some side leg lifts. So you have the option to kind of stay here in a nearly side plank position on the ground, but make sure the hips can stay up. Or if you'd like to rest your head on your arm or your head in your hand, if that's most comfortable, whatever is going to suit you best. But what I want, either way you're setting up, is a straight line from your head down to your feet. So I don't want your bums back here, roll forward onto your hips. So your belly, your chest are facing the wall in front. So we're going to be going for some side leg lifts. If you have your head and or upper body up off the ground, it's going to bring in a little bit more obliques, and you might not get as high a lift, just purely because of the angle you're at. So if you feel like your leg's not going very high while you're up, that's fine. Don't stress over that. So we're going to be lifting the leg up from the hip and gently controlling it back down. Lifting from the hip joint using the glute, all right? Trying to always control, I'm going to come down, it kind of suits me better. Trying to always control that leg. So when you're ready, pointing that top foot, lifting that leg up, controlling it down. Don't let your feet touch. 2. For 4, keep the rest of your body on. That midsection is even going to work just to stabilize you. If you turn that off, you're more likely going to spend your time rolling and catching yourself. 8, I could be wrong. 9, last one. If you haven't, stay up. Let's push for 10. 10, 9, 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently down. Good. Just relax, take a little bit of tension off. We're going to stay on this side and we go one more round. Again, we're going to aim for 10 pulses. But see, with the pulses, my leg was even controlled. So I didn't just flop my leg around. I lifted it from my hip and my glute as such. So let's get ourselves ready. 10 and 10, option to do less if that suits you, or leave out the pulses. Small lifts will do it once you can feel that glute and hip area working. So let's lift that top leg up and slowly down. Up for 2. For 3. For 4. Remember, really, really strong with your balance. You can take the hand off, whatever suits. For 7, I don't know about you, I feel it fire already. For 9, last one, stay up if you got it. Small pulses, remember from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo, gently down. Oh, and relax. Take a little second. Just rest whatever way feels comfortable for you. So our next movement, we're going to stay on this side. We're just going to blitz each side, really. All right, so we're going to stay on this side and we're going to go for some clamshells to extension. Again, clamshells are still going to be working into that hip and glute area. We're bringing a little bit more quad and calf into the movement as well, a little bit of hamstring. So for this, you can set yourself up, head on the arm or head in your hand, whatever feels comfortable for this. You can bend your knees so they're slightly in front and your heels are kind of in line with your bum. You lift your feet off the ground. You keep your bottom thigh on the ground. Does that make sense? You're going to lift the top leg up from the hip joint using the glute. You keep your knee in this position and you bring your toes forward. You bring your feet together and your knees back down. That's one. Now, I did it even a little bit just to make sure I knew where I was pointing. But try not to roll your body back. So keep your body pointed forward with your chest and with your belly. So we're going knee up, toes out, feet together, knee down, knee up, toes out, toes together, knee down. Good. 3. Oh my God, I feel it burn already. For 4. Good. Now push that bottom leg into the ground. For 5. If anyone could see you in from the road, all the farmers, they're like, what the fuck is going on in there? Good. For 7. Well done. We go for 1 more. Up strong. Hold it out here if you got it. Hold it, breathe. Keep that leg up, 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 up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, leg down, and relax. Oh my God, I feel the burn. I think it's everything we've done this week all along. And then I went back to the gym as well, so I feel it extra. Okay, so we go 1 more round here. So shake out the legs, whatever you need. All right, remember, reduce it as you need to. If you don't want to go for the extension, you can just go for the knee lift. I do not mind, all right? So let's get ourselves ready. Knees bent slightly in front, heels are in line with our bum, and our chest and belly are going to stay facing forward. Hand in front for balance if you need it. Excuse me. So you're going to lift the feet up off the ground, pushing that bottom thigh into the floor. Top leg comes up. Extend for 1. Feet together, knees down. Up for 2. Lift, extend, together, and down. For 3. Lift, extend, together, and down. Good. Up, up. Woo. God, I feel it. Well done. Up for 7. Extend, together. We go 1 more. If you have it, you're going to hold that leg out for 10. Hold from here. 9. Keep that body strong. 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Feet together, knee down, feet down. Oh, and relax. Good news is you can lie onto your back, hug your knee in towards your chest, or hug your knees in towards your chest. Good. Little rock side to side, stretching out through the hips, through the glutes. Okay, so we're going to start on to some glute bridges here. So I want you to plant your feet. Now, if you find your socks are slipping, you can always pop your runners back on or take off your socks. So we want ankles roughly under your knees. You can always adjust if it feels too far away. And you're going to have your hands planted down to the floor. So with the glute bridges, you're going to be working through your hamstrings, glutes, through the back, through your abdominals, and stabilizing on your shoulders. You'll also be working through what's called spinal articulation, so spinal kind of movement as such, so being able to roll through your vertebrae rather than just throwing your body up and throwing your body down. So it's that rolling motion that you can improve on as well. So knees are bent, feet are flat, hands down by your side. Take a deep breath in. You're going to exhale, peel your pubic bone towards your belly button. So push that lower back into the floor. Push your feet into the ground, start to peel your bum, peel your lower back. Peel that upper back up or mid back up off the floor so as your shoulders are down onto the ground. All right, now keep your glutes squeezed and your pubic bone tilted towards your belly button. This is going to make sure to keep that nice strong position through the body. If you leave go of your glutes, so if you turn your glutes off, your hips will just fall and it's going to put a lot of pressure onto your back. So you peel up and hold. Use your arms and push them into the floor. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Now gently roll back down. So you go upper, mid, lower back, pelvis, and down. Good. So take an inhale at the bottom. Exhale, we peel back up again. So peeling pelvis, spine, up to your shoulders, squeezing your bum, and breathe. Every time you exhale, you're exhaling into that belly. Squeezing that belly and gently roll back down. Inhale towards the bottom. Exhaling, peeling up, 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 and hold. Breathe. 2, 1. Gently roll back down. One more. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, peeling up, push your feet up, 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 and hold. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the leg for 3, 2, 1. Gently roll back down and relax. Good. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a little second. We'll go once more there. We're going to just go for a couple of holds of 5 breaths. Of course, if it doesn't suit to hold for 5 breaths, you can always hold for less. Or you can literally roll up, hold for 1 breath, and roll back down. So if you need to change it to that, do. Remember, as you're up at the top, keep your bum squeezed to keep your pubic bone tilted towards your belly button. This will help protect the back and make the back of the body work that bit harder into your hamstrings and into your glutes and lower back. Your lower back will be working here, so if you feel a little twinge, that is okay. Of course, if it's uncomfortable, less time might suit it, or just take rest, because this is the last time we're going to work here. So let's get ourselves ready. Knees bent, feet flat, hands on the ground. Glue your arms to the floor. Take a deep breath. Exhale, peel the spine up, 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 and hold. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently roll back down. We go 4 more. Peeling up, 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 and hold. Remember, less time if that suits you. 3, 2, 1. Gently roll back down. Good. Last 3. Peeling up and hold. 2, 1. Gently roll back down. Last 2, peeling up and hold. 5, 4. Exhale, remember belly. 1. Gently roll back down. And we go 1 more. Peeling up to hold. And hold here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Gently back down. Ooh, and relax. Good. Hug your knees into your chest, so rock side to side. Well done. So some of you who are familiar with them from any of my classes that I do, you'll know there's loads of variations to those. And you can progress those along single legs, with weights, different movements while you're up in position. So loads to add to that, but we'll leave it with that for today. What we're going to go and do now, what time is it? See where we're at. Okay, so we're going to go back and we have to do our other sides on each of our movements. So gently make your way back onto your second side. So remember, we have to do our leg lift and our clamshells. So we have to keep it even. We have to work on both sides. So we're going to go back to our leg lift. So remember, you can set yourself up, elbow under shoulder, keeping the hips up. You have the option to put your head flat on your arm or the option to lift your head into your arm. Whatever suits you best, all right? So remember the leg lift coming from the hip and glute, and trying to keep that body in a nice straight line. So our bum isn't back here. We have our bum squeezed forward and we're up on our hip, all right? So hand in front of your chest for balance if you need it. Remember, we go 10 lifts with 10 pulses, always under control. Take a deep breath, exhale, lift for 1. Control it down. For 2. For 4. 5. 6. 7. Nearly there. 8. Always under control. 9. Keep your belly and chest facing forward. Last one, hold. We push for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Gently down. Good. Relax. Take a little second. So start to feel that into the hip and glute area a little bit there. We go once more here, 10 and 10. And remember, I spoke about that control on the first side. You're not just throwing your leg up and hoping for the best. You're using the muscles through your body to lift the leg, to control it, to pace it. All right, second time, last time with this move. And then we've only 2 rounds of clamshells and then we're finished. So, nice strong body. Remember, you can take your hand off on the ground if you don't need it. Let's lift that top leg up for 1. Control it back down. 2. Remember, a small lift will do it. Listen to your body. For 4. For 6. Good. 7. 8. Nearly there. 9. Last one. We hold it up if you got it. Push. 10. 9. Think glute. 7. 6. 3, 2, 1. Gently down. Good. Relax. Take a little second there. So remember our clamshells, we're going to roughly be in this position, lifting the top knee up, extending the leg. So we go from the hip and the glute. Again, you're going to get a little bit more quad, calf, and hamstring. And again, that whole body is working to stabilize. This is my bad side, so I don't know how long I'll be able to hold up for these, but ignore me if you have it in you. So remember, you can adjust the setup if it suits. So head and arm, head on arm, head in hand, or head on arm, whatever suits you best. You're going to bend your knees so they're slightly in front. Remember, my belly and my chest are facing the wall in front. Hand in front for balance if you need it. Keep your bottom thigh on the ground and lift your feet. Lift your top knee up for 1. Extend it out. Feet together, knee down. For 2, small lift will do it. Good. For 3, lift, extend, feet together, knee down. For 4, lift, extend, feet together, knee down. For 5, lift, extend, feet together, knee down. Good. 6. We've got 2 more left. And that 5-second hold if you have it. 7. Feet together, knee down. Last one. Lift, hold it out if you got it. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, knee down. Woo! And relax. Good. Take a little second. Sorry. Okay. We've 1 more round to go there, and then all our hard work is finished, all right? So 8 with a 5-second hold. I think, did we do a 10-second hold on the last one? My memory's still awful. I think it was possibly 10 seconds on the last one on the other side. So we'll go with that, but I'll see if it doesn't suit, reduce it. So last time, are we ready? Yes. Okay, good. So set ourselves up. Bend your knees, heels in line with your bum. Keep the bottom thigh on the ground. Lift your feet. Top knee up for 1. Extend. Feet together. Knee down for 2. Remember, small lift will do it if that suits better. Good. For 3. Lift. Extend. Toes together. Knee down for 4. Lift. Extend. Well done. For 5, lift. So challenging your balance here as well, especially if you take your hands off the ground. You'll be surprised how much you have to work to hold. Good. Okay, I think last one. This could be number 8. Lift, extend and hold if you got it. Breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, knees down. Ooh, and relax. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Again, stretching out through the glutes, through the hamstrings, just stretching the back. And extend the legs out, arms up overhead. Little wiggle around if that suits. Oh, excuse me. You feel much better for having it done on a Saturday morning, so well done, everyone. We'll do a little bit of a stretch and then you're good to go. So, lying on the ground, have your knees bent, feet flat. Bring your left ankle across your right knee as best you can. All right, and if this is enough of a stretch into the left glute and hip, leave it there. Or if you want to intensify it, lift the right leg off the ground. You can hold on to the right leg, you can hold on to the left leg, or bring them closer to your body, and you'll feel that extra stretch into your hip and glute. Take a nice deep breath. Gently release. We go other side. Now remember, if this here is enough for you to feel that stretch into your hip and glute, then that's perfect. Or you can lift the leg. You can hug either leg in towards you and breathe. And gently release. Good. Take your time and roll onto your side. It doesn't matter what one. We bring your heel into your bum and push forward to your hips, getting that stretch into your quads. Keep your 2 knees roughly in line. Take a deep breath and gently release. We're going to roll over other side. So take your time, roll over, and then we're going to roll over here. Heel into your bum, forward to your hips. Feel that stretch into your quad and into your hip flexors. And gently release. Make your way into a seated position. Take your time coming up. All right. So 2 legs out in front. Bring the right leg over the left. You're going to put your right arm behind and hug your right knee in towards you as you turn to look over that hip. So you should feel that stretch into your hip and glute area as well. Think about twisting through the body and pushing that leg back. Take a deep breath in and gently release. Let's roll, or let's change other side. So left leg across, left hand behind. Hug that knee in towards you as you turn to face over that hip. Sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath. And gently release. Make your way up onto your feet, take your time coming up. All right. So we'll give the hamstrings a little bit of a stretch. So 2 feet together. You're going to step back with one leg, push your hips back and face your chest down towards the floor. The leg that's out straight, that's the leg you should be feeling the stretch into. Push the hips right back to really get that stretch into the hamstring. Good. Gently step forward, release, and we go other leg. Hips back, chest down. Good. Gently step forward, release. Bring the arms in front, separate the shoulder blades at the back. Take a nice deep breath in, open up the shoulders, stretching out through the back. And exhale, look towards your feet. Feel that stretch all up into your traps, into your shoulders, into your neck. Inhale, look towards the wall in front, bring the arms behind. Exhale, lift them away if that suits you. Lift that chest up towards the ceiling. And again, inhale, chest. And exhale, release. Guys, you are done. Woo! Well done. Done for a Saturday morning, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We should be back to normal, hopefully Monday. So hopefully I get to see you all then. Look forward to meeting any of the new faces. So thanks for tuning in. Have a lovely day. See you next week. Bye.
Thanks, Ruth.